Hi, everyone, and welcome to the Mastering English podcast. I'm Ben, here with my co-host, Lily. Today, we're tackling a really important topic, how to love yourself. Before we dive in, we're excited to let you know that we've prepared a free PDF for this episode. It covers all the key vocabulary and expressions we'll be using, so you can follow along and practice.
Hi, I'm Lily. Our today's topic, self-love, sounds simple, but it can be surprisingly tricky. I think especially in today's world where we're constantly comparing ourselves to others on social media, finding true self-acceptance can feel challenging.
Definitely. We're all so wired to seek external validation, and I think that's one of the reasons why loving yourself is so hard. It requires us to shift our mindset inward rather than looking for approval outside. So, let's break it down. What do you think is the first step toward loving yourself?
Great question. I'd say it starts with self-awareness. Before you can really appreciate yourself, you need to understand who you are. This involves being honest about your strengths and your weaknesses, and recognizing what you truly want out of life, not what others expect of you.
Right? And that honesty can be hard. Sometimes, when people reflect, they're too harsh on themselves, focusing only on their perceived flaws. It's almost like they hold themselves to a much higher standard than they would hold anyone else to. Do you think that's common?
Oh, for sure. I think many of us are our own toughest critics, and that's where self-compassion comes in. Self-compassion is about treating yourself with the same kindness that you'd offer a friend. Instead of criticizing yourself for every mistake, you acknowledge that you're human, that it's okay to mess up sometimes.
Yes. I like that point about treating yourself as you would a friend. It sounds simple, but it's really powerful. And on a practical level, maybe that means allowing yourself to take breaks when you're tired or forgiving yourself when things don't go as planned.
Exactly. Self-compassion is key. Another part of learning to love yourself is setting boundaries. If you're constantly saying yes to things that drain your energy or make you feel stressed, you're not respecting your own needs. Loving yourself means knowing when to say no and understanding that it's not selfish. It's necessary.
Such a good point. Boundaries are hard, especially when you worry about disappointing others. But the irony is, when you respect your own limits, you end up being a better friend, partner, or family member, because you're not burnt out or resentful.
Absolutely, Ben. I think that's one of the biggest misunderstandings about self-love, that it's somehow selfish. But in reality, if you take care of yourself, you're better able to support the people around you. It's like the oxygen mask rule on a plane, right? You have to put on your own mask before helping others.
Yes, that's such a great analogy. Another thing I've noticed that helps people with self-love is practicing gratitude. When we focus on what we're grateful for, even if it's something small, it shifts our mindset. We start to appreciate the good in our lives, including the good in ourselves.
Exactly, Ben. Gratitude is a great habit. It's easy to look at what's wrong or what we lack, but gratitude reminds us that we're already enough. Maybe you can start by jotting down a few things you appreciate about yourself each day, no matter how small they seem.
Love that idea. And the cool thing is, the more you practice self-love, the more natural it feels. Just like any other habit, it takes time, but eventually, it becomes part of who you are.
That's so true. And listeners, remember, self-love isn't about being perfect or never having doubts. It's about choosing to value yourself, even on the days when you feel less than amazing.
Beautifully said, Lily. Well, that's a wrap on today's topic, but hopefully it sparks some ideas on how to start your own journey of self-love. And of course, keep practicing your English by listening to conversations like these.
Now, let's look at some of the key vocabulary. Self-compassion, treating yourself with kindness and understanding, especially in difficult times. Gratitude, appreciation for the good things in life, no matter how small. Resentful, feeling bitterness due to unmet expectations or excessive demands.
And if you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to subscribe and let us know in the comments. What's one thing you're grateful for about yourself today?
Thanks for tuning in, everyone. Until next time, keep working on mastering English and mastering self-love. See you soon.